If you've read the title, you know that I'm going to be doing the perfect palette tag. I wasn't really ever planning on doing this tag, but I realized I had more palettes than I think, and I had one to fit every category. So, if you would like to see what my perfect palettes are, please keep on watching. First category is best packaging, and I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to shout it at the top of my lungs that I love this palette. I know you are either in one camp or the other with this palette. There is no middle ground. You love it or you hate it. And that's the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. I freaking love this thing. I mean, when you pop it open, you have closures, so when you close it, it snaps shut and it stays shut. It's not going to fall open. And, like, if you drop it, it's not going to fall open and your eyeshadows aren't going to get all over your carpet if it falls like this. I mean, and then there is a slot for your brush if you want to keep the brush in there and it's not going to come out or get lost or go anywhere. Because, like I said, the palette snaps shut. In my book, this palette seriously can do no wrong, and I love it. And the packaging, I think, is fabulous, and I love that they did the Naked 3 this way as well. But, so yeah. The next category is Best Color Payoff, and for that I chose the BH Cosmetics Galaxy palette. I freaking love this palette. It has so many just beautiful colors in it, and they're all super pigmented, and you have such a range of colors in here. Oh, excuse me. That it's not even crazy. It's like crazy the range of color you have, and I mean, this is just like lightly pressing my fingers in the eyeshadows. And what's amazing is that this palette is only $22.95, and I feel like with 18 baked eyeshadows, I feel like BH Cosmetics could charge a lot more money for it because it is such good quality product in this palette. And it's actually on sale right now for $12.95 at bhcosmetics.com. So if you wanted to pick this up and check it out, they do have it for almost half off right now. But this, I love the pigmentation of these eyeshadows. I think it is amazing how BH Cosmetics has done this and put this together, and at such a low price point as well. Because if you were going to get this like in something like Urban Decay or MAC or any other high-end brand, you would be paying a lot more money for this. The next category is your most versatile palettes, and the obvious choice would be the Urban Decay Naked palettes because they just have such easy to use and easy to match colors in them. However, for this one, I picked the Kat Von D Spellbinding Eyeshadow Book, which was limited edition and I don't think is available any longer at Sephora. I looked this morning and I didn't see it anymore, which is kind of a bummer because I think this is a great palette. It was $55, I think, somewhere in that range. And to look at this palette, you would not think that these would be very versatile eyeshadows because you do have a lot of bright colors in here that are kind of scary to use. However, I think I have used this almost every day since I got it, unless I'm filming like a specific video or something like that. But just when I'm during the day and just regular days, I am reaching for this palette. I've used every single color in this palette in some capacity, and I think this is just a freaking amazing palette. I am so happy that I purchased it because I was really kind of on the fence about it. But I am so pleased with this, and I think you could just create any look with the range of colors in here. You can go crazy, or you can do something very light and very simple. The next palette on the list is the one you would consider best for traveling, and the one I picked for that was this one from Wet n Wild. It is the Comfort Zone palette, and I picked this one because it is very small, it is very compact, and it has this whole range of colors. You've got very light to very dark. And if you're not worried about like you doing completely shimmer looks, or if you're one of those people that doesn't really need like a matte transition shade, I know a lot of people like their transition shades to be matte, but I don't really care. So this is like a palette I would definitely travel with. I can create tons of looks with this palette. All of these colors go together amazingly, and really the best thing about this is it's only $5 and you cannot beat that. And you've got just like crazy color payoff in these, and they're just all very beautiful colors. So if you're not worried about doing a completely shimmery look, then I would say this is best for traveling, and I definitely travel with this. Like if I just need to throw something quick in my bag, I take this. So this next palette is Your Biggest Regret, and this palette is kind of a weird one for my biggest regret palette because I do use it, but I only use it once a year, and that is for Halloween looks and tutorials. Like if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you saw my zombie flapper that I did, and I used this palette pretty much for all of my sculpting on my face and my neck and just highlighting and contouring. This is what I used. However, I cannot stand this palette. This is the Tarte Jewelry Box palette. It did come with a necklace on here. I'm not really sure how much this was. Like, I don't remember. It came out in 2011. But I hate the packaging on this thing. Like, you can pretty much just kind of... It's too big, you can't take it anywhere, you can't really do anything with it, and now that I've used it so much, it's beat up, and it really doesn't look pretty on my desk anymore. But in here, you do get a mirror, which is pointless, and you do, on this top layer, have all shimmery shades. I feel like the pigmentation on these shimmery shades is kind of hit or miss. Like, this really frosty white shade here and this one here, this one up here, do not have the best pigmentation, and this is another problem. This drawer does not stay in, so when you're trying to handle it and look at it, this drawer falls out and this stuff happens. Like, you get lip glosses messed up everywhere. I haven't even used these lip glosses. This is just damage from this tray falling out and just being irritating while this tray is out. You do get a highlighter and a bronzer. This bronzer is far too gold for my liking. But, you know, that's not to say that that's fine. This highlighter, however, is very pretty. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but I do believe that it is just a regular Tarte highlighter. And then this did come with eyeliners that were in here. They were in like a gold plastic thing. They were really hard to get out of, but the eyeliners were really good. And then when you fold these out, you do get all these matte shades. Like I said, I use these shades here for contouring and highlighting on Halloween. So yeah, I think I've talked about this enough and why I don't like it. And this, I know, was really expensive and I can't stand this thing, but I do use it just once a year. Or when I am, no, just once a year. Next on the list is best color names, and I have picked my Kat Von D palette for that again. I mean, you've got names like Dark Throne, Geek, Babe, Hexagram, Wonderland, Smile Now, Cry Later, Stupid Autocorrect, Bukowski, Countess, Holy Bible. I think these are very simple names, but also very creative names at the same time, and I really like that. Then you have your least used palette, and that is this one from Stila, and it is the 1980 Foxy Doll palette from their Barbie collection that they came out with for Barbie's 50th anniversary or something like that. I don't remember how much this was. I do remember that it came with a mascara and a lip glaze or lip gloss or whatever the heck they're called. And as you can see, it's, you get three things. You get this highlight shade, which is super shimmery, and you get this shimmery brown shade, which again is super shimmery, and then you get this blush or cheek color, which is just like a regular blush. It's not bad, it's just that it's just these three things, and I never actually remember to reach for this, because I never remember what's in here, and, I don't know, it's just not something that I reach for and use. Maybe I should start using it. Last, but certainly not least on the list, is your most used, most loved, the palette you would take with you to a desert island, and for me, that is going to be the original Naked palette. I frickin' take this thing everywhere. Like, this was like bronze at one point. It is now just black because it's worn off. And then when I open this up, my mirror is broken, as you can see, because I have traveled so much with this. And then let's see. I have hit pan on 1, 2, 3, 4 of the shadows. I'm about to hit pan on 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So I have pretty much used the crap out of this. I love this thing. It is perfect for me because I like to do neutral looks for a day-to-day basis, and this has all like neutral colors in it. They're all very natural looking, and like you can do daytime and then you can do night out. You can just do pretty much anything with this palette, and this is probably the one palette that when I run out of these, I will probably repurchase this palette, because when you think about it, it is more like economical or whatever to repurchase the palette, because purchasing single eyeshadows is going to cost you more money, and I just love this palette, and I like that they're all in one place. I can grab it and I can go, and I don't have to worry about it. I can throw a brush in here and be done with it, and I can just do anything with this palette, and it's just, I love it. I just do. I can't really express how much I like this palette. I mean, the lettering's wearing off, the, like, velvet is wearing off of the edges. I'm telling you, I take this thing everywhere with me. All the time. Always will. So, now that you know what palettes I love that I own, and what palettes that I can't really stand or don't really use that I own, in the comments down below, let me know what your favorite palette is and what your not so favorite palette is. And thumbs up for eyeshadow, because apparently one can never have too many. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.